Hunting permits. Bounty hunters are not vigilantes. So while you may not like all the data work, you still have to file it. There's no point in complaining about this. And besides, guild contractors will take most of the tedium out of your hands. Government regulations are a side effect of working legitimate. As a probationary member of the Bounty Hunters Guild, you can count on your guild bounty broker to line up hunts based on your skill level, the necessary gear, the number of competing independent hunters already working the case, the cost of starship fuel to travel from one jurisdiction to the next, and the types of required permits. There are a lot of permits. Every bounty hunter needs to carry a current Imperial Peacekeeping certificate. It's 500 credits, payable to the Imperial Office of Criminal Investigation, and is subject to annual renewal. The IPKC replaced the Republic Certificate of Deputization about 20 years back as a hunter's license to operate. Specifically, it lays down these rules of engagement under Imperial law. 1. The bounty poster reserves the right to determine proper treatment of the acquisition. Number 2. Injury, incapacitation, or death of an acquisition may only occur if the subject has refused to surrender. 3. Only a clear and reasonable application of force may be used against the acquisition. 4. A licensed bounty hunter will not accept any illegal, private, or informal contract that is not legally recognized within the Empire. That last point isn't surprising. It's an Imperial government document, don't forget. So I'll just note that not all bounty hunters read that far down and leave it at that. Your IPKC also gives you a law enforcement waiver on weapons restrictions. You can carry a blaster rifle through Starport Customs, no problem, but the more exotic stuff like biocorruptors and heavy explosives can still land you in a pot of trouble. Besides, the IPKC, each hunt might require an armful of specialty permits. The target permit gives you the right of extradition to transport a capture across sector and regional borders. Target permits are unique to bounties, meaning you have to get one for each acquisition you're actively pursuing. The cost is 100 to 1,000 credits per month. A sector permit authorizes you to operate within the bounds of a designated sector in pursuit of a bounty for that sector. But doesn't the IPKC already cover this? You'd think so, but then you'd be forgetting how strong bureaucrats squeeze when they're wringing out the last drop of money. Sector permits are required for mid-level bounties with payouts of 10,000 credits or more, and cost 1,000 to 10,000 credits per month to keep active. A system permit authorizes you to operate among the planets, moons, and space stations of a particular star system. So, do you have to get a system permit even if you already have a sector permit and that covers the same territory? You better believe it. System permits run between 50 and 500 credits per month. In case you didn't have time to get all your data work in order before a successful takedown, a capture permit gives you retroactive authorization for all the above. Capture permits can save your hide, but don't use them as safety nets for a lack of preparation. The IOCI gouges you on capture permits for exactly that reason. In some jurisdictions, it's as much as 25% of the total bounty, and that's coming out of your piece of the payout, not the guild's. Some regions of the galaxy include the core worlds, and the HAPS Consortium are officially no-hunt zones. But that just means you need to slip a bribe to the right official and operate discreetly. Some call this filing the gray permit. If you're heading to Byblos or some other port where everyone's on the take, the guild might even float you a credit line just for bribes. Some hunters try to cut the bureaucrats out of the picture by running sectors. They'll pretend to be just passing through, then secretly transport their bounty capture into a no-permit sector before claiming the payout. Expect jail time if you're caught, and it's against the guild policy, so don't expect your bounty broker to bail you out.